Time for high school football. We begin tonight in Tanner. The Rattlers hosting Red Bay. The Tigers can wrap up region play with an undefeated league record. We kick off the first. The Tigers with the ball. Jeremiah Thorne going to sling it at Jackson Vincent. It's a massive gain as he's just rumbling, tumbling, crushing his way through the Rattlers defense. And then later on the drive, it'd be Vincent's turn once again. And the big man is going to draw first blood for Red Bay with the extra point afterwards being good, making this a 7-0 game. Tanner can't believe it. They thought they recovered a fumble, but the ref ruled Vincent broke the plane. It will be 7-0 in favor of the Tigers. Later in the first, Thor would make another great pass. This time is to Davian Colburn, and watch him break a tackle and turn on the Jets, taking it all the way to the house, making the Rattlers look silly the entire time, make it 13-0 in favor of Red Bay. The Tigers, they're not done yet. The tricky Tigers, I should really say, because they're going to go for two. It's going to surprise everyone at the field. They line up originally in extra point position. The ball sort of rolled through, and it's good. Make it 15-0 game at that point. Let's take a look at your final scores. Red Bay goes on to win by the final of 44-21. Next week, Red Bay going to stay in Northwest Alabama, taking on Phil Campbell, while Tanner will go to Sweetwater. In Morgan County, Falkville is in the playoffs. They need a win and some help to host a postseason game, taking on Cold Springs tonight down in once again, Morgan County. The Blue Devils start with the ball. First play of the game, deep ball from Samuel Jacobs right to Elijah Harris. That's a great start for Falkville. You can move those chains. We fast forward in the drive to the Blue Devils on the doorstep. Handoff gets fumbled. Brandon Chastain's the one who drops it. The Eagles will take possession. That's a big bummer if you're the Blue Devils, but Falkville does eventually get back with it. On third down now, handoff to Brody Bennett. He's able to get some Eagles defenders. He can't get past him, actually, for a first down. Jacobs looking to pass. Later in the drive, steps right, gets a pass to Logan Fowler, who will try and make a diving play to the end zone, but he's just short. Puts the Blue Devils in great position still. And now Falkville looking to strike. Bennett takes the handoff, sprints for the score. Two-point conversion was good as Falkville went in front 8-0, and those Blue Devils go on to win 28-22. Next week, Falkville will host Winston County. Welcome back. Region 4 of Class 7A has been quite entertaining this year. With the win tonight, Florence could capture the region title. But if the Falcons lost to Sparkman, there could be a four-way tie for first place with James Clemens, Sparkman, and Austin. Let's go off to Madison first. James Clemens is hosting Albertville. The Jets holding on to a 7-0 lead in the first quarter, and it wouldn't take long for JC to make it a two-score game as Christian Ritchie rushes it in for the touchdown, taking a pile of players with an extra point would be good. It's 14-0, James Clemens. Now, Albertville looking for a response, but they are going to be forced to punt. It's Carlos Carabajal, has trouble with the snap, tackled immediately by Christian Wyatt, putting the Jets in prime position to add to the lead, and that's what they do. Two plays later, yet another touchdown. 21-0 JC after the extra point, and the route is officially on. Albertville back with the ball now, hoping for any kind of positive momentum. Carlos Carabajal drops back, but is sacked by Braylon Walters and Ryan Queen, forcing the Aggies to punt once again. And once they do, it wouldn't take long for James Clemens to score. Christian Ritchie rushing it again, reaching over the goal line, make it a 28-0 game now. Those arms probably getting sore if you're that James Clemens fan as the Jets pour it on, and then the second quarter, more of the same. Travis Ezel scores another James Clemens touchdown, eventually making 35-0. Let's take a look at that final score as James Clemens goes on to win by the final of 45-0. Next week, Albertville will host Gunnersville, while James Clemens will host Homewood. That is one of the games we needed for a four-way tie. Continuing our trip around 7A now, Grissom hoping for an upset against Austin at Joe Davis Stadium. Fourth down arrives. Tigers down 14 in the second quarter. Patrick Bailey takes a shot at the end zone. His receiver hit by a black bear. Here comes the laundry. The Tigers pick up the first down with the pass interference penalty. 3 plays later, Bailey once again, play play action this time. Across the middle, touchdown Grissom. The Tigers make it a one-score game with less than 2 minutes left in the half. Kowan Washington was the one to make the grab in the end zone. It's 21-14. Head coach Jeremy Perkins and Austin trying to move the ball quickly once they have it back. Kadir Lyle dumps a pass off to Jaden Williams for a modest game. The Black Bears exhaust all of their timeouts in this drive. It's a last chance really here to put up points on the board before the half. Kadir Lyle up the middle. There he goes. No one will catch him. Touchdown, Austin. The Black Bears kill the Grissom momentum, take a 28-14 lead into the locker room at halftime, and Austin goes on to win by a final of 35-14. That's now two teams that we talked about making it 5-2. Next week, Austin goes to Muscle Shoals. Grissom will host Buckhorn. And now here's a big one. The Sparkman Senators visiting the Florence Falcons at Brawley Stadium this week. The Senators need an upset for the chance to get in the playoffs. Falcons trying to win a region title. Very short drive and stopped by the Falcons offense. Punting to Florence. Putting Florence into fourth down, Florence's first drive in the first quarter. Quarterback Cade Davis sacked by Sparkman's defensive lineman. It's a short drive later. The Falcons punting the ball to Sparkman after fourth down. Forces Chance Winkles makes the downfield, gets the ball back to the Falcons after the muff, putting them right in the red zone. The fans really did pack Brawley Stadium for this one. They were excited. The chance to win a region championship for Florence High, and the game turns into a Florence touchdown a little bit later. It's Lazaro Martin running the ball through the pile to get the scoreboard going and the light show as well. Now the Sparkman Senators make some big plays down the field before Braylon Lawson gets a Sparkman a touchdown of their own. Tying the score 7-7 at the end of the first quarter, and Sparkman, get this, goes on to win 24-21. After the game, head coach Ronnie Watson still unsure if his team had made the playoffs.
Everything comes down to different tiebreakers. We're like in tiebreaker H. So I can tell you when I get in there and I look at who's done what tonight. We just got the ball to the guys that make plays and let ballers make plays. We always fight hard. In our region, our games this year have all come down, to the last second, just like that one. We tell them we play for us because us is all we got.
And now we do have all of those 7A Region 4 results. The Senators are in. 4 teams end up with 5-2 region records. Congratulations to Sparkman High. And frankly, I have no idea who wins the region title. A 4-way tie, practically impossible going into the season. We're going to have to figure that one out later on in the show. Florence will go to Oxford next week. Sparkman has a bye next week, and we'll await the start of the playoffs. We now head to a jam-packed J.P. Cain Stadium. Hartselle hosting Muscle Shoals in our Week 9 game of the week. Trojans looking to score before halftime. This is fourth down. Davian Reynolds powering through for the score. The Trojans trail the Tigers 17-10 going into the locker room in this de facto region title game. Tigers start with the ball to start the third quarter. That was fourth down. Carter Lee passing to Falcani. Complete but not enough for the first down. Trojans take over on downs, and then Muscle Shoals on the drive. Reynolds taking the handoff, finding some room to run, takes a big hit while earning a Trojan first down. Then next play, Cade Clemens looking downfield. He'll find Christian Pritchard. It's another Trojan first down. They just keep on moving those chains. Later on the drive, it's going to be Cade Clemens once again. Quick pass to Pritchard, making a Trojan touchdown this time. This game is tied 17-17. On to the fourth quarter we go. Cade Clemens hands it off to LaShawn Tapscott. He runs left, goes the distance to the end zone. It's a Muscle Shoals touchdown, and they take the lead. The Tigers now looking to tie it. Handoff to Jaheim Pruitt, who loses the football. Kamarian Johnson jumps on it. The Alabama commit. Muscle Shoals forces another turnover. Later in the game, Tigers with it again, time winding down. Lee rolling left, pass intercepted by Tylen Smith. He takes it down the sidelines. It's a pick six for another Trojan touchdown. You can start celebrating Muscle Shoals as that play caps off 28 unanswered points. The Trojans go on to win 31-17. They are Class 6A Region 7 champions. Next week, Muscle Shoals, they're going to go up a class, take on Austin. Hartselle will play Mortimer Jordan. Let's now hear from the head coach of Muscle Shoals.
I didn't think we could play any worse in the first half, and, just challenged our kids at halftime and, made some plays there, and just real proud of their resilience and how they kept fighting and making something bad situation turn out good for us. We got a lot to improve on. We'll learn from this, look at our mistakes, and, we got Austin next Thursday, so we got to move on, move forward.
Thursday night action in the Rocket City. Mae Jemison facing off with Gadsden City. The Jaguars have to win for a chance to make the playoffs. First quarter, the Jaguars perfectly execute the option. Marcus McCarver flies up the sideline. He steps out of bounds, though, according to the referee, and he was correct. Jemison will have to punt. That was a common refrain for both teams in the second quarter. The Titans were often in the backfield. Quintez Hightower sacks the Mae Jemison quarterback. Then later in the half, Tennessee commit Hezekiah Harris throwing the Gadsden City running back for a loss. We were tied 0-0 at the end of the first quarter. Finally, in the second quarter, first blood drawn off the foot of Brady Sauls. Field goal good. The Titans led 3-0 at the half. Mae Jemison did lead by as many as 9 points in the second half, but heartbreak as the Titans come back and Brady Sauls hits the game winner with 1 second remaining. Gadsden City breaks the hearts of Mae Jemison and wins the ball game 13-12. With the loss, the Jaguars eliminated from playoff contention. They have no Week 10 game, so their season is over. The Titans, they live to play another game. They take on Fultondale next week. Welcome back. Tonight's Spirit Spotlight showcases a local squad getting ready for a big day tomorrow. We're getting a peek at what the competition will be facing when the Rebel Band heads to Athens. Here's Kenesha Dees.
Hey Nick, this week we're shining our Spirit Spotlight on the mighty West Morgan Rebel Band. I caught up with band members right before their next competition. It'll be in Athens tomorrow, and they're excited to bring the sights and sounds to the field. We've got a sneak peek. With about 70 young musicians, this talented team is small, but they are the mighty Rebel Band. Meet some of the members.
My name is Aiden Christopher, and I'm the tenor player with the mighty West Morgan Rebel Band.
Hi, my name is Valeria Velasquez. I play first bass in the West Morgan Mighty Rebel Band.
Hi, my name's Ashley Solis. I am in the West Morgan Mighty Rebel Band, and I am the majorette captain.
My name is Katie May. I am a part of the color guard here with the West Morgan Mighty Rebel Band.
Hey, my name is Riley McCullough, and I play the saxophone, and I've had the honor of being West Morgan Mighty Rebel Band's drum major this year.
They are preparing to compete.
I love getting to compete against other people.
At the Pride of Athens Marching Invitational.
Oh, I'm hoping for more than the win. I'm hoping for the best overall drumline.
The small but mighty band has claimed some wins before.
I'm very excited because it's my last competition.
It's a warm-up to their final competition.
We won our last competition. We got Best in Class Majorette, and we got Superior Rating.
And the accolades aren't just for the music.
We have got Best in Class color guard for the past 2 competitions. So I'm very hopeful that we can continue that streak.
A lot of practice goes into this.
During school, we practice in 7th period every day. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have night practices.
Band director Bradley Sanders is with them during those practices.
They are a real joy to work with. And it's a whole lot of fun to see them grow and progress as the season goes on. And that is really just what matters.
And that progress in practice has paid off.
Last competition, we got best overall in lower class bands. I'm just very excited to see where it takes us this Saturday, see how well we do.
The drums just make you want to dance. Wishing the mighty Rebel Band and all participating bands in the Tennessee Valley the very best tomorrow in Athens. You can still purchase tickets for the Invitational. They're $10. For details, go to fox54.com. And if you like what you see, feel free to share with us a spirit group we could profile next week. We'd love to showcase your favorite band, cheer squad, and color guard. Text us at 256-382-2692.
We dance on out to DeKalb County. The Geraldine Bulldogs Bulldogs hosting the Fife Red Devils tonight in Geraldine. The Bulldogs started with the ball, struggled early to move it downfield. Possession quickly went over the Red Devils as quarterback Mattis Doss made several strong run attempts, but the Bulldog defense held firm and kept them from scoring. From there, both teams trading possessions as neither side could find the end zone. Geraldine quarterback John Beck Wade tries a pass downfield, but it will fall incomplete. And then later in the second quarter, the Bulldogs held onto the ball as Wade is going to run it deep into Red Devil territory, picking up an eventual big first down. Always a big-time rivalry matchup between Fife and Geraldine. Of course, don't forget, several years ago when Fife had the longest winning streak in the nation, it was Geraldine that took them out. All right, several attempts to score. Geraldine's Jackson Dollar puts points on the board with the field goal. With about 3 minutes left in the half, the Bulldogs led 3-0, and Geraldine goes on to the win by the final score of 17-6. Next week, Fife has a bye and awaits the start of the playoffs. Geraldine will host Douglas. We keep the good times rolling on First Down Friday night. The Madison Academy Mustangs traveling to Plainview to take on the Bears tonight at Plainview High School. At halftime, Plainview held the lead 21-14 halfway through the first quarter. Plainview quarterback Owen Hope hands the ball to Brody Hodges, who takes it into the end zone for a Bear touchdown. That made it 28-14. Shortly after, Madison Academy answers back. Charleston Owens throws a pass to Dalen Scott for a Mustang touchdown, cutting the lead to 20-28 in the middle of the fourth quarter. Plainview's Owen Hope is going to run the ball deep to the end zone for yet another Bear touchdown, making it 35-20. This is really crazy. You know, so many years ago, this was inconceivable. Madison Academy, of course, has run this region and this area for so long. Plainview been a little bit more down the dumps, but it looks like the Bears finally get things going. But first, Owens connects to Alex Kreider for another Mustang touchdown, bringing the score to 35-27. And after that, Plainview going to start to pull away, really bringing into context what I was talking about just a second ago. A really historic win for the Plainview Bears as they score yet another touchdown. Final score in this one, Plainview 49, Madison Academy 27. As Plainview is going to take sole possession of first place in that region. Next week, Madison Academy will take on Whitesburg Christian, while Plainview will travel to the Joe to take on JP2.
I feel really good. Really good. Kids have played hard. Hats off to Madison Academy. They played hard also. Our kids have played well all year, and we're very proud of them. This team has not had a ton of success. We've, you know, a lot of them have had to play when they were ninth graders, and they've had to play all the way up, and now then they're getting to enjoy it. And I think that's hats off to them because they didn't quit. They still kept coming back and playing.
Hats off to Coach Pruitt. Hats off to the Bears. That game was for first place. Randolph North Jackson playing for third. Let's get it going from Garth Road. Fourth down for the Raiders. Direct snap goes to Jonathan Billions, and he gets north-south enough for the first down. Move those chains. Later on the drive, fourth down again. Landon Leo with a heave downfield, and there is lots of contact as the flags fly. The Raiders get a new set of downs thanks to the pass interference call. That was actually their third fourth down conversion of the drive, and then the next play, this one fooled the cameraman and the Chiefs alike. Leo dumping it off to Will Simpson, then somehow, some way, the ball ends up in the hands of Jonathan Billions after a second pass. Randolph goes in front 7-0. North Jackson is going to go right back to work. The reigning champions of this region, and they pick up a fourth down conversion of their own, getting the ball into the red zone. But look at this, direct snap, there's a scrum, and all of a sudden, Walker Mitchell running away from the pile. Here he goes. Took it right out of the hands of the running back. Zigzags his way up the field for a shocking Randolph defensive touchdown. The Raiders go up 14-0 after the extra point. The Chiefs do make it a one-score game before halftime, tie it in the third, and come all the way back to win it, however. Final score from Garth Road. North Jackson 27, Randolph 21. The Chiefs take sole possession of third place, and Randolph goes to fourth. 4A Region 8 has 9 teams, so next week still matters. North Jackson hosts DAR, while Randolph goes down to New Hope. Welcome back to First Down Friday night. The losing streak continues and hits 100 tonight for Columbia against Jasper. Jasper wins it 61-58. 22. Next week, Columbia will go to Hazel Green and hope once again to stop the losing streak. All right, one more set of highlights. The Deschler Tigers host the East Lawrence Eagles. Tigers lead 42-0 at halftime. Let's go to the first drive of the third quarter. Handoff Bowell, scooped up by Jet Kerr, who goes in for the score. Tigers scoop and score. Add 7 to that already very much inflated lead. The Tigers are going to quickly get the ball back, stopping their opponent on defense. The run game feature a lot in this drive as Skylar Kindle will get through a tackle, find some open space, get a nice chunk play for the first down. Kindle going to be featured a little bit later on the drive as he gets the ball again. His blockers are in front of him as he gains yet another first down, dangerously close to the end zone at this point. And this is how the drive ends. It's going to be a handoff to the running back Kendrick Gunn this time, and he will be in for the score. Touchdown Tigers. They now lead at 56-0 at that point, and that would actually end up being the final score as the Tigers blank the Eagles 56-0 next week. East Lawrence goes to Brooks. Deschler going to play West Morgan in a massive, massive game. That's a de facto region championship. Once again, that's one of those 4A regions that has 9 teams, so those games next week matter, and Deschler at West Morgan is actually on Thursday. Yeah, hard to believe the regular season already almost over. This was the second to last week of the regular season. The regular season, of course, then wraps up next week, and then playoffs are here. Thanks so much for watching First Down Friday night tonight. Make sure to stay tuned all week to Fox 54 and Fox 54 Plus. Have a great night.